Good morning.
Good day. Hello and good evening.
You know what I'm going to do?
Good morning.
I'm going to get my hair cut because I
You want me to cut it for you?
am tired of my hair. I
don't
need a
have my
new
scissors.
hairdo. I need a new hairdo. I'm over it.
You do need a hairdo. Your hair did?
So, good morning, everyone.
Good day.
It is
Hello.
Saturday. We are Warm and Cozy Quilting.
We are.
You are the #1 customer.
Welcome back.
Thank you for
Glad
coming.
you made it here.
This is Jason. I'm Danielle. And today behind the camera, we have Victoria.
Woo.
So,
That was exciting.
yeah, now I need some coffee. Whew.
Get
Okay.
that coffee in you. You need it. Oh, we got Jackie over on the YouTubes. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Morning, Debbie over on the Facebook side. Hello, hello.
Okay.
Good day, and
Trying to get
everybody.
myself like...
You are high energy, so there's a log cabin class going on right now in the shop. There are 6 lovely ladies out there, all going to do a log cabin. Everybody's a little bit different stages of the game.
Yep.
Danielle's running doing this. Debbie's running doing this. I'm running doing that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to be part of the equation.
You...
But I became part of it. I kind of inserted myself in that equation.
Yeah, Victoria just walked in real casually.
She's like,
she's gonna eat a
nope.
muffin and click buttons, and that's that.
She's going to nope right on past that
Right.
one. Thanks, but no thanks. It happens sometimes. Anyway, yeah, take a deep breath.
Yeah,
Everything's good. Let
Good.
the caffeine kick in.
Mhm.
All right. So it's Saturday. What it is, really, like actually Saturday.
Mhm.
Today we're going to do a little bit of talking about hello, hooray, and thank you for National Sewing Month. You know it's National Sewing Month?
I did know that.
You could have rhymed, but it's not National Sewing Day.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's not.
month.
That's why I keep wanting to say
Yeah.
day, but it's actually the whole month.
Right.
Dedicated those that create at their homes, being sewing, being the method of doing so.
Right.
Whether it's quilting, garments, furniture, I don't know. I guess you could say apparel. Anyway, all the things.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Deborah says special shout out to Sadie.
Sadie!
He
Yeah, the button went weird on me. What'd she do? For helping throw a fabric magic
a fabric emergency?
A fabric emergency?
Yeah, isn't she amazing with those things? She is.
I don't know that I've ever encountered a fabric emergency, but I would like to think that I'm glad we have
haven't-
people that can help through it.
Exactly. You haven't quilted long enough.
No, clearly not.
If you haven't had fabric emergency.
Or maybe
yet.
I'm just that prepared.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have a stack of fabric just laying around. I should probably do something with it.
Probably.
Probably. Yes, thank you, Sadie. Congratulations for helping Deborah 2.0. She needed it.
Yes.
Oh,
Good morning, Christy, and good morning, Harvest.
And Kathleen.
She's getting. Oh, Kathleen, I
Yeah,
missed.
she
Kathleen?
snuck in right
Oh,
there.
okay. And good morning, Deborah. Or no, what?
What?
Diane.
Yes.
How about if you say good morning? I can't see anymore.
We are still trying to get it all together. Okay.
That's okay, right?
It's fine. It's
All right.
totally fine. And it's been kind of crazy the last couple weeks. Like, we've got this Illinois shop hop thing going on.
That's so
we get
fun.
all the people coming in to visit us.
Yes.
Visiting all the shops.
If you've just been doing Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
do you know that you could just hop over the river, see us? There's a couple other shops that you would be able to get to easily,
Mm-hmm.
and you would be able to get entered into Illinois drawings too.
Good.
So smart.
Just
right?
saying. It's an option. Also, if you're doing the whole Scott sent me 23, and we talked about this last
yeah.
week. I'm going to say it again. In case you didn't hear me last week, for those of you in the back that quit listening for a minute, listen. Here, hold. There are going to be people that are going to do the entire state of Missouri, all 100 shops, and they're doing it Scott sent me 2023.
They get entered for every shop?
It doesn't matter if they're a participating shop in the Scott Sent Me Challenge. If it is a shop and you go in and you have your sign and you do your thing, there are going to be people that are going to have 100 shops for that. If you want to beat that person, you need to come to this side of the river and do some on the
work.
Illinois side. So you're double doing. You're doing the Illinois shop hop and the Scott Sent Me and the Missouri shop hop and Scott Sent Me.
Do you know that I
also
saw
go wherever you want and get some more.
this morning? I saw a guy on the Scott Sent Me. He posted on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
that he had been to like, I don't know, 9 stores.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing Illinois shop hop and Scott Sent Me. So he had a little clipboard
Yep.
that he would that with the Scott Sent Me thing.
There's a whole
and he'd
process
get his
to it,
picture with that. And shops that were doing it, shops that weren't doing it. It all anyway.
There are some rules to the Scott Sent Me. We had posted that last week, so you could always refer back to that video. It's in there as well. Definitely worth doing.
Because I don't know all the information.
I don't have it all in front of me. There are rules to it. You do have to have proof of X, Y, Z things also. So also don't go in and yell at the shop owner for not participating. Or, hey,
Yeah.
I know you're trying to sell that machine, but come talk to me. No, don't do that. Hello, Bonnie, up in Muggy, Massachusetts.
I think you missed Dolores.
Dolores.
Good morning.
It's good to see you also. Thanks for showing up.
Muggy, Massachusetts.
You know, I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure that New England is actually doing their all-state shop hop
They
as well.
are first year for them. Coming up.
It's a regional thing, so multi-state
Mhm.
sort of involvement there. I'm sure that time won't allow or permit, but that's okay. If you're up in that region, I wanted to go there because
Somebody
we
was
talked
talking
about
that it was going to be perfect because they're going to see the
that.
leaves.
Trees, yeah, the leaves
changing in the Massachusetts area, and so they were going to go up there and do some stores while they're out there.
It's actually a really good idea. I'm kind of jealous. We talked about it when I realized that's when they were going to do it. I was like, "Can you go?" Pam
And her husband, they were the ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Because I think he retired or
Right,
something, and so
right,
now
right.
they can go do things and have fun. So that'll be a good time. Yeah.
And good
Bonnie,
morning,
that's awesome.
Sadie.
Cool.
Referred to above where Deborah said you're awesome.
Shout out!
Because you are.
Congratulations. All
Ooh,
right.
she went to the local quilt shop. They probably weren't as great as us, and not
Maybe they were. Maybe they were, Danielle. I don't know. We
You're
can't
right.
make those assumptions. But
You know what?
we can, and we know it's okay. It's fine.
I
Suddenly
hope
our
they were
viewership
still
just went to
nice.
zero.
I
That was
hope they were
weird.
still wonderful to you, Bonnie. Because if they weren't, I'll get them, Bonnie.
Are you going to drive up
I
there?
don't know.
Is that what's
Probably
going to
not,
happen?
but I can pretend.
That's a lot of effort.
Oh,
Ooh.
goodness.
Oh, for the sake of ratings. Love it. All right. So, good
Mhm.
morning, Vicki. Thank you for jumping on.
Good morning.
So, we've got the Illinois Shop Hop that we talked about. That's happening.
Mhm.
You still have the rest of the month to do that on the Illinois side.
Yes.
In
Only
case
have to go to 5 stores.
you're following along the Flat Jen and the Flat Choline saga. Flat Jen made it back to Warm and Cozy for a second time
Mm-hmm.
and then left again.
Mm-hmm.
So she's off and about. So
Off and
if
running.
you caught the video yesterday, you saw her up close and personal. She's now gone.
I have to tell you, it's so funny when we get the Flat Jen or Flat Colleen, and we're like I went up to Kelly and was like behind her
Oh, yeah.
shoulder. She went, "Oh my gosh!"
I did it to her yesterday. She was in her office working on something, and I stuck her in through the doorway.
And
I go, "Hello." And she goes, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, you guys think we're just fun on camera. We're fun all the time.
That's a
We're
word.
a lot. We're a lot.
Certifiable,
Right, Victoria?
possibly.
Victoria?
I don't know.
What?
What?
Good morning.
Starting over.
Bragger in the
Starting over.
conversation, kicking and screaming.
Right.
All right. But it is September, so it is our birthday month, all month long.
Happy
doing
birthday.
whatever we
to
can.
us.
Remember.
Today, we're actually going to be doing some cool, fun demo stuff. I posted a post about it last night.
mhm,
Hopefully, you
mhm.
caught it. Maybe you can make it by. We're going to have Debbie showing off the sergers today
Oh, yeah.
from 11 to 1. If you don't have a serger and you've kind of thought, I need one, but I don't know why, this
Mhm.
is a thing to come in and check
Mhm.
out. It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Just come in and check it out.
Yeah.
Kind of get an idea of how or why you would use a serger.
Right. Because a lot of people, including me,
Mm-hmm.
thought that sergers were for clothes making
Only
only.
for
So
garments.
I don't make garments, so I never need to know about a serger. Who needs one? Not me. I am wrong.
Apparently, we're
Can
wrong.
you guys believe that I was
Wait,
wrong?
hold on. I need to backtrack just for a second. I am not wrong. Ever. That was a
Hold on,
misstatement.
let me put it in my calendar.
Could you please delete that from the scenes? Thank you. I need that all edited.
So Debbie, it's hard for me to. My mom. It's hard
Your
for me
mom.
to call her Debbie
Mhm.
sometimes. Debbie is going to be
Debbie.
demoing the sergers.
Yes.
She's going to be demoing the air threading serger.
Yes.
We have another serger,
Very standard, basic serger.
that will still do the same things. You're
Yes.
just going to have to thread
Mhm.
it different, right? And she's also going to be showing the cover stitch machine and
Mhm.
why you would use those in quilting
Mhm.
and what else they do. If you are like, oh, but I do make bags or clothes, or how else can I use it besides just quilting? But I think it's really cool to see for our quilters that, hey, this is something that would benefit you.
Right.
It's cool to serge the whole edge of your quilt top.
Mhm.
before you put your binding on. It gives everything a nice finish.
I'm glad you said your quilt top one, like before, because don't serge your flimsy.
No.
No. Don't do that. Your
once
long
it's
armor will
quilted-
on long arm you.
We've
They will
had
unstitch you.
We've had people bring us surged edge, all kinds of stuff.
They have, and it works out.
We make it work.
through,
It's fine.
but
No big deal.
it adds a whole nother level to the whole long arming game.
It's one more little thing in the equation.
Yes. Good morning, Deborah,
Factor.
over on the YouTube. Thanks for being there.
Morning.
Also, if you're watching on
Morning.
either YouTube or Facebook Live, we are live on both at the same time simultaneously. If you want to watch one or the other, please like and or subscribe / follow on either one. I would appreciate it. Also,
and he'll probably do.
It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Thank you.
And if you do that, you'll be able to see Jason do at least 5 more hand movements.
At least 5. Stop it. Now I'm self-conscious about it.
Okay. No.
I'm sitting on my hands for the rest
Don't
of the
do it.
video. It's going to be really difficult when I go
Everybody's
to
gonna-
the machine demo.
Everybody's
This is
going to
gonna be
lead.
weird.
They like watching your hand movements.
There was a very important statement there. I don't remember what it was. Doesn't matter.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Thank you for watching.
Thank
That was the message.
Oh, if you're on the Facebook side and then you do enjoy watching us, we're fun, we're entertaining, you do love it, do me a favor, hit share.
yeah.
All your friends need to know about us.
Right.
Please.
Also,
Yes, LaDonna, I am. Thank you so much for noticing. Appreciate it.
if you
Yes.
earlier this week,
Uh-huh.
I did a video on both Facebook and YouTube,
You did.
but very easy to find on YouTube. If
Mm-hmm.
you use YouTube at all, go there and look for my video. I did a video this week on how to piece a backing
Did.
quickly.
Awesome.
The entire video, I don't think, was more than 15 minutes.
It doesn't
And that
take long
was
to do that.
that was doing math,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't recommend that. I mean, not everybody has to do that part. We'll help you through that part. And then also sewing, cutting, back was done.
So you mean I don't have to spend hours fighting with my backing?
No,
Oh.
and it will actually end up accurate.
You know what I do with my backings? I buy 108s. I got a
Yes,
piece of
but
nothing.
sometimes you can't.
You know what I do with my backing?
No, what do you do with your backings,
I
Victoria?
put them in Mom's way, and then magically they're together.
She does. She gives them to, just whatever space is in front of Danielle. And suddenly...
Can they hear her
ta-da!
when she talks?
Yeah, probably silently a little bit there, but
I'm projecting louder.
Okay.
It should be fine.
yeah, that's about the same
Sometimes
volume
the air
Sadie talks with.
conditioning, then I'm like, okay,
Nah,
does
this-
it matter?
anyway,
I don't
moving
know.
on.
Anyway, who cares?
If I just yell at the microphone.
Burp, burp.
We got Serger demos today from 11 to 1. We're going to have
Okay, thank
Victoria
you,
doing
Harvest.
Laura Star demos from 12 to 3. So you want to see that Laura Star iron?
Oh my gosh,
You want a
she
good price
is
on that
so
iron system?
Excited.
You need to come in and talk to us. I've got 2 lifts that I need to go home today. Actually, I got a third one that really could use a new home. You want a good deal on that? Yeah, come and see me. You want the big full system, which I recommend?
Mhm,
Come and talk to
mhm.
me.
I'm
Actually,
like,
you're gonna come see me.
you're gonna see
Victoria.
Victoria. Why did I do that this morning? Then I was trying to do it and couldn't remember what I had done earlier. Never mind.
It's
Oh,
okay.
Lord. I feel like I missed the whole conversation.
Lydia has been taking my name and putting it backwards.
Yes,
So
she
says
did that last night.
Victoria,
Flip
and
the
then Vic.
syllables.
Toria Vic.
And I don't know why.
Because
That's
it's
okay.
weird and fun at the same
It's okay,
time.
It's fun.
So come in today for those demos. Also, I have my Handy Quilter long arms. I have machines on the sales floor that I need to really go because I really need to swap them out with new ones.
Mhm.
For no other reason than they just need to go to a new home and I need to get a new one in.
We have machines we have one in particular that's in the box still in the back room that would
Oh, that 9480?
to go home.
Whoa.
You know, he showed you
Yes.
last week.
I showed you the 9480. Did you
We
come in to
have
see
one.
that?
We have one in the box in the back. We have one on the sales floor that we can demo for you.
Yeah.
I have been practicing with the stitch regulator
Oh, it's fun.
and free motion quilting. I have never free motion quilted on a domestic until now.
Mhm.
I'm like, I could maybe actually do this. I like it. When my
Doable.
stitches are
Consistent.
consistent and look good, you know.
You don't have to
I
think that
also-
extra thought of foot pedal speed and fabric speed. It's just foot pedal down and then go.
And then go. Yep.
Super great.
Oh yeah. Vicky said Victoria's so good with that Laura Star iron. And
Yeah.
she is
Cheers.
mostly, first of all, she's great. But second of all, that iron, have you seen that iron? It's
The
also
iron's
great.
great. Hello, Karen. If we didn't say hi to her, I'm saying
Did
hi.
we miss
again.
Karen?
She
Hi,
did. She
Karen.
popped in there. Okay, so that's happening today. Make sure you come by and see us. We're open from 11 to 4. Make a stop by. It's totally fine. It'll be worth the effort. I promise. Let's see here. We do have a Handy Quilter education event coming October 23rd, 24th. That's a Monday, Tuesday. 25th, 26th, Wednesday, Thursday. I am waiting for confirmation on a couple of classes. What I'm attempting to try to get them to give me is non-owner classes Monday, Tuesday, and then some 2 days of classes for my people that have machines that need more education.
I'm listening for cheering in the back.
There should be in the back.
There's cheering in the back. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to do what we've done before, which is that 2-day non-owner, very basic.
Great
You've
intro
never
to
ever
it.
put your hands on a long arm before, or you've done a little bit here and there and you're kind of thinking about buying one and why should I get one and all that. Those first 2 days are going to be great. We also are going to not only have the 6 machines from the van, we're going to also use our machines. So we will be able to accommodate 18 people. And you will still only have 2 people on a machine.
Yep.
So you will have your hands on machines all day.
Yeah, so
Love it.
It should be a good time. It always is. I always enjoy having the Handy Quilter educators here. I haven't got confirmation on who the educators are going to be yet. They've got a long list of people that they're trying to figure out who's what and where. There's a lot of things in the work.
Moving parts.
Waiting for that to be tacked down. I'm expecting by early this coming week to actually have that from Handy Quilter.
I'm expecting from last week.
I'm expecting from this last couple days ago to it, but what am I going to do? I'm not in charge of that actual van.
No, I know. I don't mean to be
Sinister, yes.
Mostly, I always want things to be planned out like last year. Like, how come we don't already have this planned? You know?
Danielle, where did you get your scissors type thing from?
So from here, so we don't have any more. So these are called Zappy Dots, and it is a magnet, and then it sticks to your shirt, and
it's just it's a needle nanny, needle minder, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Magnetizes.
We
have two,
we have two, says Sadie. Okay, thank you, Sadie. I think one of them says like Happy Easter. We used to have hundreds of them, but the company stopped making them that we bought from. And so now we haven't found a new manufacturer of those, but like I can hardly do anything without my scissors on. And I have to teach a class in a little while.
Yeah, and like sticking fabric, whatever. Yeah.
So anyway.
They're $15, I think, right around that area. So
you can call the shop and or send an email or
it does. The other one says Mary, so they're seasonal.
Yeah, Easter or Mary. But guess what? Your scissors cover it, and you don't even see it anyway.
You know, if you're a quilter, it's almost always Christmas. You're always finding fabric you forgot you had. You're always getting new fabric that you're excited about. So it's like Christmas all the time as quilters. Oh, Lord. Dolores loves hers. You know where scissors are. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. So, okay. So, last but not least, I need to talk about, just to make sure you remember, Saturday, September 30th. That's coming sooner than the van event we just talked about. Also, when it's ready to sign up, you'll know. It'll all be out there.
Right.
September 30th. Actually, that whole week, we're doing the 100-block quilt show. So everybody that had their 100 blocks, we're in the 100-block class doing the Tula Pinks 100 modern blocks. These quilts will all be hung throughout the shop. I'm actually eyeballing office space walls. Sadie, I'm sorry, but your office may be overrun with quilts. Sorry. Danielle, I'm sorry, but your office might get overrun with quilts.
It will not. It's already, like, people can't just be in my office.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we've got a whole bunch of quilts.
We have a whole lot of quilts. I don't know where they're going to be. They're going to be everywhere except the bathroom. The entire
last week, except the bathroom. I will not put your quilt in the bathroom.
Yeah, don't worry.
Please don't think that's going to happen because I won't do that.
I do want to talk about this a little bit.
What's that?
Right now, my 100-block people, you're dropping quilts off. We have a little tag thing for you to fill out your name and phone number just so that we can get your quilt. Like, it shouldn't be a problem. We know whose is whose, but like once we have moved them and they're up and they're down, like just easier to have that pinned to the back.
Right.
Sadie also sent out a email to everyone that was in 100-block and has a form that you're filling out.
Yep.
If you fill out as much or as little as you want.
Right.
Okay.
You don't have to.
This is just so that we can put a little tag on the front and say who did it and all that kind of stuff.
Right. So we can brag.
It is going to be so incredibly cool.
Yes. If you don't have your quilt top done, totally fine. If you have blocks, bring them in. I will gladly display them in some form or fashion because honestly, you put a lot of work into that for 7 months. let's show them off to everybody. The rest of you get to come in and enjoy all these beautiful fabrics.
So a
pieced
quilt
together
show. There's a quilt show
for free.
in our shop.
The hazard is that you're in our quilt shop.
Yeah.
I will sell you a machine. No, I won't. I mean, if you don't want one, obviously I won't.
That's
But if
the
you want one,
admission cost.
the admission cost is buy a machine.
Oh yeah, Sadie did say she's tired of looking at the ones that are behind her. She wants new ones in
Yeah,
here.
she
so.
needs to change out in here. I know. And we'll get there.
Oh, we could put her 100-block quilt in here.
Oh, we could.
That would be so awesome.
That would be fantastic. So that'll be an option. Then on the 5th, or the 5th Saturday, the 30th, it is loyalty. People, you'll get your % off. It is also International Mystery Quilt.
It is not 5th Saturday.
It is a 5th Saturday.
Dude,
It's a 5th Saturday.
look at the.
International Mystery Quilt,
Okay.
I was looking at a calendar right before.
quilt show, and birthday party. So the 5th Saturday this month, September 30th.
We need to have like 12 more people that work here. So
Um,
no, it'll
maybe.
be fine. It'll be
we'll
fine.
make it work.
Yeah.
It's going to be a challenge. If
It's
you work here and you're
totally
watching this video, no, you can't have off the 30th. No.
Right.
Denied. I will come to your house and drag you in here. You ain't, no. So anyway, that'll be a
What
good
were
time.
you saying?
There is no band competition.
No band competition. That works out.
I'm
Yep.
not saying that we looked at that, but we verified.
Yeah, we were like, oh my gosh, if there is one on the 30th, we're in trouble. But there isn't.
On that note, we do expect that we're going to have a lot of Saturdays eaten up by band over the next couple weeks.
Yay!
So our Saturday morning coffee videos are going to be very, we'll see how it goes. Just be aware of that.
Do a video from the band, from the bleachers.
I will not be doing a video from the bleachers. I
We
appreciate
could.
the enthusiasm. We might,
we
but
I
it,
could
have
even
before,
record,
or-
do my salute, record my little salute for the people.
she has a lot of confidence in our Zoom abilities on our iPhones.
Oh my gosh, you should see the video that I took last night.
Was it terrible?
You're looking at the sky. Oh, back down.
Well, the worst part is that you're not looking through a little viewfinder the whole time, so you have to stay focused. You have the screen, and you can totally not pay attention, and then
Yeah.
terrible. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
All right, that's all the fun, important announcement things. Today, let's just go ahead and change gears. Are you ready to change gears?
Yes.
We're gonna do that.
Okay.
National Sewing Month.
Yes.
You're excited about it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it.
Yes.
Do you know about National Sewing Month? Have you heard of it before, ever in your life?
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
We've been like.
Prior to this, I had
hey.
zero idea.
So,
I
and
just thought
also-
September was cool because it was my birthday month.
Well, and also, I just thought that it was kind of made up. That it really wasn't
We
a
just
thing.
assumed it
That
was
we were
a
like,
thing.
oh yeah, sure,
Oh, that sounds
September.
great.
We started our shop in September. It should also be National Sewing Month.
Right.
But then I found out last night that I was wrong. It's been around a long time. It's been
a
National
real
Sewing
thing.
Month for a long time.
So, September was declared National Sewing Month back in 1982. For those of you counting, that's about 38 years ago.
What?
No, 40. My gosh, I can't math. It's 41 years ago. I mathed the wrong direction.
Right.
Whoop, added when I subtracted. 41 years, guys. 41 years we've been doing National Sewing Month in September. It was declared by Ronald Reagan, and he stated in the declaration of that's what it is, that this is in recognition of the importance of home sewing to our nation. Yes, we're important. So said Ronald Reagan back in 1982.
He sure did.
Also did in several proclamations through his tenure as president, 4 more times. So very much enthusiastic about sewist. Do
Isn't
it, guys.
that awesome?
Keep
Isn't
sewing.
that awesome?
All right, so some
I
fun
did not
facts.
know. Did not know.
Because I haven't done fun facts about things in a long time, I found some really fun facts. I went down a rabbit hole. Sorry. So, Ronald Reagan. Who was Ronald Reagan? For those of you youngins that have no idea who Ronald Reagan was and didn't realize he was president at some point in time, let me tell you a little bit of information.
Is anyone in agreement that he was the best president?
I believe, from what I read, there is very much a torn conversation on him. Some people love him, and I can assure you that it's much like presidencies today.
So-
you love them or you hate them.
Right,
And
so-
it just didn't have the social media factor back then.
Exactly. And I think about things from the generation before us when they would say, that John F. Kennedy, best president. And I'm
Right.
like,
I have no idea.
apparently not if somebody shot him. Like, so it wasn't that everyone loved him, right? Like,
Clearly not.
No, not that makes him a bad president.
Too soon.
We just always think
What's that?
that everyone believes the same way that we do.
That sometimes happens, but we don't
And
want to
then
talk
we're like,
politics
whoa.
because that's crazy.
Not everyone likes.
Not everybody likes
I'm
him.
sure that it's divided on every president forever and ever.
Right, because Ronald
Okay, never
Reagan was a Republican,
Right.
well known. So if you were Democratic, you may not have cared for him at that time in life.
Sure.
I, in 1982, was 2 years old. I didn't care. By the time he was out of presidency, I was 8. Still didn't care. Anyway, Ronald Reagan was born in 1911.
Thank you, Vicki.
1911 in Tampico, Illinois. Tampico, Illinois. So he's from Illinois. High five.
Nice.
Go Illinois.
Who knew that? I thought that like only Abraham Lincoln was
I feel
from
like
Illinois.
all historical figures from the last few centuries were either born in Illinois or Missouri.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think, wasn't he a senator?
Yeah, but he wasn't like born here, grew up here.
He
No.
didn't grow up here. Was
No.
he born in Hawaii?
Yes.
Never mind.
I'm in a conversation that I didn't know was going on. Anyway. So if you don't know where Tampico, Illinois is, it is actually about 40 miles east of Moline, so northern Illinois, kind of towards the inside there. From what I could tell from Googly Maps, is that the closest fabric shop appears to be Prophetstown, Illinois, which is a few miles to the southwest of Tampico.
Okay.
They're not participating in the shop hop. Apparently,
according
to Google reviews,
Mm-hmm.
they're only open Tuesday and Thursdays,
Oh, okay.
9 to 5, but their reviews are pretty phenomenal.
Nice.
So, if you're up that way, you probably want to check it out while you go to try to find the birthplace of Ronald Reagan in
Yeah.
1911.
I wonder if they have anything like, there. Like,
I don't know. It's a lot of flat land.
right.
Farms.
To signify that he was.
He was born in this field in 1911.
Right.
Yikes. But if you are doing the All Illinois Shop Hop and you're heading that direction, the closest participating Shop Hop store is Country at Hearts in Rock Falls. It's only 8 miles away from Tampico. So you could
Nice.
just drive on over there and be like, I came here, Ronald Reagan was born here, look at me. And then leave because people are going to like, what is happening? Get out of the road. You don't belong there. Move. Anyway, so Reagan was our 40th president from 1981 to 1989.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, he was the governor of California
Right.
1967 to 1975. Before that, it was a lot. The guy did a lot with his life.
He was an actor.
He was an actor.
Right? Yeah.
But also, he did 2 stints as president of the Screen Actors Guild.
Oh, wow.
So
he was running things there. So he was
Yes.
like, I'll go run things somewhere else.
he was also very well known for being super conservative. He did a lot of things for the economics. He actually has this whole term, Reagan economics, named after him.
Mm-hmm.
There were good and bads that came from that.
Sure.
I'm not leaning one way or another on this conversation. I don't want
No.
to get into it. But
No.
there are people that, like you said, felt like he did a lot for it. He did a lot of things, but those things had also repercussion sides of them. So again, depending on how you stance and look at it, he was a president. Let's just leave it there.
Right.
But he did pass away in June 5th of 2004 in Los Angeles, California.
93 when he died?
He was 93 years old.
That is a good life.
That's a long time.
Let me tell you what Kelly told me this week.
Oh, goodness.
So someone
Is this
said,
censored for TV? Can we do this?
oh, I'm middle-aged. And then her friend says, middle-aged? Like, what does that even mean?
What does that mean?
Right? Are you guys ready to be sad? She
Oh,
said,
Lord.
if you take your age
Okay.
and you take it times 2,
Okay.
and that is when you will die.
Good Lord, this got dark.
Listen.
Okay.
So if you, let's say you're
We're going to the
45.
Jelly beans? Okay.
45 times 2 is 90. If you died at 90, would
Uh-huh.
people be sad? Well, of course they'd be sad, but like, would it be tragic? If I died at 90, they're going to say, oh, that was a good life, right? She
Sure.
lived a long life, right? So if you take your age times 2, and it wouldn't be,
What does this have to do with quilting?
then
It's getting
you
worse.
are middle-aged.
Okay.
Anyway, so he was 93, which is great. He had a long life.
Go
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
High five, Ronald Reagan. Way to go.
One day they're going to kick me out of here.
Probably not. Deborah Strites' husband worked for the president, Reagan. That's cool.
At
And
the
they stud the
White House.
presidential jelly beans. I don't understand what that means. What this
I
jelly
don't know
bean
what
thing
jelly
is.
beans are. I mean, I know what jelly beans are. Oh my gosh.
That's her first day.
I've
What's a
never
jelly
heard
bean?
of jelly beans.
What does that
No.
do? Can I have some?
He was in the Marine Corps at the time.
That makes sense. Yeah. So that's
Nice.
the whole thing there. So very cool. Well, that's exciting to know.
I would like to go back to Washington D.C. and just
Never been there.
There's so much. There's so much to see and
Maybe
so much
someday we'll
history.
just go there just for funsies.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a day off work. We'll just
I
drive
think
there
we
real
need more
quick.
than one day.
Let's drive real fast. Okay. So this became National Sewing Month because September 21st, 1982, at the request of the American Home Sewing and Craft Association, they requested this. It's an industry and
Wow.
trade association supporting sewing and craft industries.
That's so cool.
President Ronald Reagan, under proclamation, it was really hard to say for some reason, Proclamation 4976, in case you need to Google that, it's a real thing that's actually out there for public record,
Right.
declared September as National Sewing Month. So there you go. Date, time, actual numbers, things are real. This is a
Boom,
real
boom,
thing.
boom.
Like,
You
this
could
is
look it up.
legitimate. So if you're deciding you need the month off of work, and it's going to be a holiday for the month because I have to, honor my sewing heritage. Sorry, boss, I need the month off. Look, it's a governmental thing. They said it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that. It probably won't work.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But maybe.
If you need me to write you a note, I can.
He always had jelly beans on his desk. The licorice.
What?
Did not know.
Weird.
That's really cool.
That's nifty.
Fun facts. More fun
That's fun
facts.
facts.
I love fun facts.
Yeah, I didn't really dive into Reagan and all of his fun facts because I felt I would have just spent way too much time on
Right.
Ronald
When
Reagan.
we were
and
trying
not
to go
enough
down
Sewing Month.
sewing instead.
Left turn. So anyway, so what can we do to celebrate this month? Make something. Really, that's what it comes down to. Make something.
Make something. Do it.
Make a bag.
Come on.
Make a shirt.
Let's do it.
Quilt a quilt. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
Sew two pieces of fabric together and you say you did something.
Then
Boom.
you could cut them and then sew them a different way. And then you could cut them and sew it a different way. And then the next thing you know, you got
So
it.
what you're saying is you want to take some perfectly good fabric,
Right.
cut it up in little bitty pieces, and then sew it all back together, and
Mhm.
that's going to be fun. Oh wait, that's what we do. That is sewing. Absolutely. Reagan like jelly beans made in California. Okay, Simi Valley, which was there. Oh,
Okay.
wow. So Pam went and got some real information there.
Nice.
Next time, I should really just reach out to the Quilters Collective and tell them to give me all the
Exactly.
information. What do I need to Google
What do you
for?
need? Yeah, tell me about Reagan.
Just give me all your information, guys. Go. All right. So, in honor of
Gosh, I have
National
threads
Sewing Month,
everywhere.
it's like you work in a quilt shop. What can we do to keep ourselves on track being National Sewing Month? It's a really good time to use this as a reason to kind of take stock of your sewing situation,
Mm-hmm.
replenish things, clean things, do things. I didn't mean clean like clean up your sewing room. I'm not saying that.
No.
Just verify things are right, clean your sewing machine, all that stuff.
Can I
So-
also make this
What's that?
a thing that we can start doing
Let's
this
do
year?
it. Yes.
I am terrible at it, so let's start a new habit. I
Okay.
do not keep track of the quilts I make.
Okay.
I don't always label, and I'm not saying I have to start labeling.
I'm not saying you have to start
Okay.
labeling, but pictures and
But-
a document.
I would like to, start writing down, okay, what did I work on this week? What do I still need to have done? So I actually have a section in my notes that goes in my purse. I know
Mhm.
everything goes in my purse, but anyway, there's a little notes. Anyway, I have one space
Yeah.
divided
Mhm.
for, and I started writing down this week what quilts I made in the last, 2 weeks. Because here's the deal. I have been going, well, I have no idea how many quilts I've made. I can't go all the way back and because I
I couldn't even imagine trying to run backwards on all the ones that you've made.
just to give you a for instance, I have probably seen all of the Law and Order shows forever and ever. Oh, multiple times. And
making
I do
quilts.
not remember who killed the person.
No,
Like, I don't remember what happened.
no idea.
My memory does not work that well
No.
for those kind of things. I remember everyone's name. I do
Important
not
things.
remember how many quilts I've made. So instead of going backwards, I'm going to start from now
Mhm.
because in 10 years, I can then go backward to now and say in the past year, in the past 10 years, I have done
300,000 quilts.
exactly.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Okay.
Let's start writing it down.
Let's do it. Document.
Take some pictures. You know,
Take
you could
pictures.
take a picture of the quilt, and now all the cameras have like you could just make notes right on there,
Even in your notes app.
and that would work so much better. But I like to write
You
stuff
can
down.
type it in there, and then you can take a picture and like put it on there, and then off you go.
Yeah.
Easy enough. You don't need a book per se.
Don't need a book, but I have to have a book.
You need a book. She needs paper. She loves paper.
But this would be a good time to clean out your sewing machine. If you haven't done that in a while, we're reminding you. It's a good idea.
I was actually going to go this route. Let's do this. Let's replace the important things first before we get to our machine maintenance.
Okay.
When's the last time you used your seam ripper? Don't lie. That's not true that it's been months. We all know better.
I start my classes with, everyone, get out your seam ripper. Lay it next to you. You will probably need it today, but if you put it out, sometimes it's like you're daring it.
Right. Go ahead,
and
machine, do something.
Also, you're telling yourself, you know what? It's going to be okay. If I have to rip, it's right here. It's no big deal.
Right. You know where it's at.
Because when you sew, you rip.
You're going to do it. If you don't have one that you've replaced in a while, you got that one you've had for the last decade, because thanks, Grandma. Look, just get a new one. It's going to make your life much better.
When you figure out that they actually can be dull, and then
they can dull, and it makes it terrible.
You are already upset because you have to rip.
That's cool. I forgot about that. All of our 210 Club members got a seam ripper as their bonus this month. That's fun.
Because Sadie was so smart and knew we were going to talk about getting a new seam ripper. Right.
Okay.
Karen has a file on her phone. I really wish I would just do that.
I think once we get you started on that, we'll go that direction.
Because,
So, you're going to do that. You're going to replace your seam ripper. Again, do it annually. National Sewing Month. It's our holiday. Yay! Change your stuff. That's your mile marker.
And it's a $2.99, you know.
Not a big deal. Rotary cutter blades. Use a rotary cutter. Do you change your blade? How long has it been? If you have to think more than 20 seconds about when you waited too long.
Every time I change the blade, I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah, because then you go through it like butter. It's like, zoop. It's so nice. Stop doing that to yourself. Get a blade, replace it. If you go a whole year without changing your blade, you're an animal. That's incredible. You're probably cutting with a butter knife. I don't want to see how that works out.
So Kathleen just said that she was using her seam ripper incorrectly until you showed her how. I will do a video on how to
You're going to have to do a video.
And I understand that most of you are like, I don't need to watch that. I know what I'm doing. Please just watch anyway. I'm not going to do it right now.
It's going to be great.
Great.
Get yourself some of those. Replace your blades.
Because then you're going to be like, yay, I'm so glad I did that.
I didn't bring any with me. The other thing that I was going to grab and show you would be some machine needles.
Yeah.
Change your needle. Again, if the question is, when's the last time you changed your needle? When's the last time you changed the needle? How many projects ago?
Oh, this last project.
So she does 8 quilts a weekend. So she does change her needle at least once a weekend, which is cool. They say 8 hours, but for her, that's like 20 quilts. Whatever. No big deal.
He's giving me way too much credit. It ain't that
there
serious.
are folks out there that will tell you can go super long amounts of time without changing your needle, and that's fine if you want to agree with them. I'm not going to tell you don't do it.
Right.
That's a lie.
We're not going to argue politics, and we're not going to say...
We're not going to argue people's opinions on changing a needle. However, it is the nice thing to do to your project, is earned the right to a nice clean needle that's not bent and dragging through and causing problems.
And you really cannot see with the naked eye what damage is done to that needle. But when I've seen needles, like somebody's taken it under a magnifying glass and really gotten in it, and it's like mess up, and it's like, oh yeah, they do that. So and it'll still go through.
Is that like, so even though you're stabbing through fabric hundreds of times and it's metal through fabric, like how big of a deal is that? You're still running a material into another material.
Right.
It is still got to make its way through. It is still going to blunt a little bit. It is still going to round out. It's still going to deform. Friction does wild things. Have you ever watched a piece of thread across a metal thread guide on a long arm? You can cut grooves in them with thread. Yeah. How? It shouldn't do that, right? Well, it does. Small little abrasions over time can really affect metal. So those people that say you don't have to, I do not agree with that. So change your needle. If it's been a year, change your needle.
Time to do it.
All right. So Pam, when she started changing her needle more often, about every 8 to 20 hours, huge difference. I believe you. Absolutely. And good morning, Eileen, over on the YouTubes. Thanks for joining us. Glad you made it.
Good morning.
All right, so change your cutty, sharp things. Also, if you have a pair of scissors, it would be a good time to find a sharpener near you, get them sharpened. I do not sharpen scissors. I probably should learn how to do that. That would be a fun time.
I mean, I don't feel like, I don't know.
We don't use the scissors as much, but when you have them, you don't want them to be dull.
Right.
Dull and fabric never play well together.
Right. When you do a lot of garment sewing, you use scissors frequently.
lot.
And so that's,
Right.
you know, you're going to probably be more apt to needing a, anyway, keep going.
So my next thought was, since we're taking this time to take account of all of our stuff in our sewing area, one thing I encourage you to have a check at is your bobbin situation. Where are all your bobbins? Are they nice and neatly corralled inside of that little bobbin holder next to you? Do they have 85 different colors on them?
Yes.
That's cool. You're going to use them at some point. Now, you're going to start a new project and you need a different color. Now, what do? Maybe it's time to just go pick up some new bobbins for your sewing machine.
Right.
Get the proper ones for your machine. Sometimes they're different. You cannot use these in a Janome. These will not work.
I did have, also look at your bobbins, because I had one that was cracked and I probably dropped it and, you know, and
accidentally stepped on it.
Right. Who knows? Who knows? But like sometimes those things just need to go. Like it's not that serious and you're going to have more of a headache trying to use something that is not the best.
Don't put yourself through the headache of it all. Check your stuff, make sure it's all good.
Monroe County Farmers Market does a great job sharpening scissors. We drove past the farmers market
every Saturday morning, Monroe County down there.
We are going to have to go and stop in there. And
there is an accordion dude down there also. I see him when we drive by. I'm like, I want to go watch him play.
Right, and there's always a coffee bar.
There's a coffee bar guy
why
there.
are we not stopping? Why are we not stopping?
They're so good. They use oat milk and everything instead of
oat milk.
It's
yummy.
Not
it's
real
like,
milk.
Oat milk is like, it's like cake. It just is like, it's like thicker. I don't know. It just makes me happy.
I've had oat milk. I know what she's saying. It's just fun.
Like whenever you get
anyway, we're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, you find yourself a scissor sharpener. You go talk to him, get them sharpened.
Yes, and get a cup of coffee with the oat milk. Okay, great.
Okay, great. Bye. Also, as you're taking account on everything you have, do you have tweezers? Do you need tweezers?
So I never thought I did need tweezers.
I'm going to tell you right now, these can be a game changer.
When you get a quilt quilted and there's a thread that's going through or a thread that's come out.
Or you're just having one heck of a day threading that needle because your needle threader's on, hiatus. It's like, nah.
Tweezers work for
Oh,
that?
man, you hold that thread with your tweezers, then you don't have your fingers, like in my case, fat fingers, like, I can't see where I'm going now.
Nice.
You got these thin little metals, just boop. Oh, it's so nice. Also, you can kind of like leverage it and balance it against your machine so it doesn't.
Wow, you're going to have to show me all this.
Tweezers, if you don't have a set, these guys are awesome. Again, I know we're not going to sell.
They're $7.99 for this like perfect pack of 3. Our friend Sharon bought that and then told every one of her friends, and we had to get more because they're awesome.
There are 3 different tips. There is this curved one here. This one's got more of a broad, like flat or broad end, so better for holding. And these are like super fine tip, but straight. Anyway, if you don't have a set of tweezers around, also nice to have those as well. Okay.
And then you need cleaning brushes. And
so last but not least, you do have to take care of your machine, right? What do you do with your machine? I use it until it makes funny noises or stops moving, then I take it in for service.
So
don't do that.
Thinking about sewing month and going, I haven't had my machine serviced in a while. You need to talk to your retailer. If you bought a Janome from us, or if you bought a Janome from anywhere, we can absolutely service your machine.
Yes.
So if it is time, bring your machine in. We do not service any other domestic brand, so you would want to, take it to someone else.
Correct. So I brought this guy in here because we're going to talk a little bit about what you can do to clean your machine. First and foremost, do not take compressed air to your sewing machine. Stop it.
No.
Look, if your dealer told you can, that's fine. That's between you and your dealer. But if you bought a machine from me, don't do it. Stop doing it. Please don't do it. Please
Pam
don't do
loves
it.
these cleaning brushes. These are awesome.
Mhm.
They get down. You can reach real far and
Mm-hmm.
get that little, and it just grabs a hold of stuff.
Yes, those are great cleaning brushes. We also have this little duster looking guy here. Can I open it?
Mhm.
I'm gonna open this guy. We've shown this one before. It is a contained brush. So when you look at that, how cute that is. For those cat lovers out
It's a
there,
little paw print.
go that way so you can actually see
Yeah.
with the lighting. It's a brush. So you can brush your machine down. It helps get lint out as well. So anyway, get some sort of cleaning device. A lot of machines come with a little brush.
Mhm.
Good to use those as well.
Mhm.
You're not going to dismantle your machine and take it apart and clean it. If it's a brand new machine, I discourage that because that will void a warranty. Please be careful.
But you are going to take your machine apart
A
and
little
clean
bit,
it.
just a smidgen of a bit.
Right.
So
I feel that some people think, okay, so here's the deal. I would say, oh, if it's got a screw, then don't touch it. I mean, that's somebody else must be supposed to do that. No,
most of the time,
most of the
absolutely.
time, yes. But on your plate for your machine bobbin area,
Mhm.
you can take those screws off.
Yes.
You can get into the bobbin area. Do it.
So
It's
when
a good
I
idea.
ask people, I always ask them, so do you clean out in your bobbin area? And they go, yeah. I always take this out and I take my bobbin out and I clean out what I can reach. That's fine. If you are intimidated by taking screws out, don't go doing that, because you don't want to mess something up. And I get that. Totally fine. Take it in for annual service and cleaning. September, great month to do it. Okay?
Absolutely.
Or even better, August, because you're probably on vacation doing things. Leave it with the retail or the service person. Let them get it when you come back.
June, July, any of those,
Whatever. All right. So what I already did is I went ahead and took the screws out of this needle plate. If you can see those, there they are. Ta-da! Little bitty.
I was trying to figure out why there was screws laying
They belong
on
to
the
this guy.
table.
Okay. But your needle plate, lift this up, slide this out, and come off. Okay. This, in my opinion, is totally okay for people to take off. You're going to do this because you need to do a little bit of cleaning, especially every couple of large projects.
Mhm.
Is you know that. They
If you
get
use
linty.
flannel,
Flannel, especially if
Do
you're
it right-
quilting your
do
own
it.
machine.
mhm.
So once you have that open, get your handy dandy cleaning brushes. You just kind of clean around where you can reach. You don't have to get aggressive. Don't go trying to reach down underneath everything. You do that, there are springs down there.
I know.
They can get dangerous. You don't want to
Mhm.
disconnect something or break something
Right.
because that can get expensive. So
Right.
don't do that.
But in your feed dogs, get in there.
In the feed dogs for sure. Actually, I'm going to
Get
just pop
those
this
in
foot off. So this one, I can just do a quick release and release that foot. Your feed dogs have these little channels because that's where they pop up on your plate right here.
Mhm.
Those are notorious for packing in lint.
Right.
These little brushes here, they fit perfectly in those grooves. And when you
Mhm.
push the lint out and it comes out in a solid packed form, it's
Like a piece of felt,
it
comes-
is. Basically, it's a piece of felt. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But your
can
feed
do
dogs
that.
can't feed dog
They
if
can't.
they're packed full of stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like pulling fabric through.
You're pulling fabric. It's always veering off to the right, always going off to the left. It's
Mhm.
probably because that feed dog can't get up all the way because there's too much
Right.
lint to let it get all the way up.
Right.
So a general cleaning every now and then is a really good idea. Also, once you get that cleaned or get that taken care of, then you can lift this guy out of here. This is my opinion. This is your bobbin case.
Mhm.
You want to clean the lint off of that. You'll be amazed at how much lint can pack up underneath that
Mhm.
bobbin case. Now, if Victoria has a shot for me, I'm going to have you guys look at this. This is the inside of the bobbin area.
Where's my-
I don't know where your mouse is. I'm
Sorry.
on the wrong screen to tell you that information. And 4 bobbins at a time and clean my machine while they are gone. Nice.
That's so
I
smart,
like that
Carol.
idea. All right, so here we go. This is what it looks like when you take this little black bobbin case out. You want to just kind of take your brush and clean around the inside of there. Don't get too pokey stabby. But I want to draw your attention to the very center of that. And I wish I had a pointer or had circled that in some way, fashion, or form. That very center of that ring is a little piece of felt or a little piece of sponge. Okay,
Mhm.
that is an oil wick. Do not take that out of your machine.
You will think that it is a piece of lint.
And actually,
because,
so it's gonna drag that lint to it because
Right.
it's got like
so
some
you've
texture.
got lint all around in there, and then you're cleaning it out, and you're like, "What is this?" And you
Start digging. Don't dig. Don't dig.
That's where your service guy is going to put some oil that's
Mhm.
going to evenly distribute throughout your machine
Mhm.
with no problem.
Right.
He doesn't have to get it and oil in 25 different places. He does have to oil in a few others, but that is going to help keep things running a long time. And if that's gone,
the oil doesn't really have anywhere to like absorb into and then distribute as it needs.
yeah, it doesn't
It
go
just goes
evenly.
in and then it's there and then it's gone and then your noisy machine is making a ruckus and I don't understand what's going on.
Right.
So, very important, that very center piece there. If your machine has that, do not dig that out. Also, I do encourage you to refer to your service manual on your machine or your instruction manual. Almost every machine has a manual, and in that manual tells you what you do there and what you need to do for oiling.
Right.
Now, Janome machines, self-contained, no need to oil anything. Just get your annual service. I'll clean and oil whatever needs to be oiled at that service time. But machines like the HD9, you have at least 4 different points that you have to oil every time you use the machine and every so many hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing a big project and you're in the mid-project, guess what?
Mm. Oil.
Oil, all the points.
Mm-hmm.
So super important. Make sure you do that.
So also you can use a small vacuum. So this is what a lot of people, I don't do this. I just use my cleaning brushes and that's good for me. I clean as much as I can get to and that's good enough.
Yes.
I don't want to take, and that makes me a little nervous, but
I love the sound effects. Those are fun.
yeah. So, but like Carol says, she winds 4 bobbins, then she knows, oh, I'm out of bobbins. That equals I need to clean out. So
Yeah, and I think
get
that's a really good
yourself
routine.
some kind of routine that's helpful. If you sew once every other week, at the first of the month, I'm going to clean the machine.
Right.
Get some kind of routine that's gonna be helpful for you.
And then once you've done your cleaning and you put your bobbin back in, your bobbin case, make sure it's properly seated, nice and flush.
Right, and there should be most. You'll look in your manual. Most of them will have a marking that lines up with something else, so that you know that it is in there accurately.
And if it still intimidates you, take a picture
before you take it out. Yeah,
like needle plate on, picture, needle plate off, picture, bobbin out, picture, bobbin case out, picture, and then go in reverse. Okay.
Smarties.
So I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to put my needle plate back on. I'm going to put my 2 bolts back in, secure them nice and evenly.
Everybody's
Put the
happy.
bobbin back in, and off we go.
All good.
This is a really good idea. Again, once a year is great, I guess, if that's where we're at.
It depends,
More often, depending on what you're doing.
Right.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't sew near as much as I do. So
Yes. And this is just a cute little mechanical sewing machine. That's the Travel Mate 15. You've seen the red one. She's super cute. That's her sister. That's the teal one. Purely mechanical. Cute machine. Love it. All right. So
I think that's all.
that's pretty much everything. It's really important for National Sewing Month. Just really take account of everything you got. Remember that everything you work with in this hobby that we love doing has its place, has its reasons. Take the moment to make sure everything's working properly, because as you can see now that you're reading my notes, the sewing machine was the best thing before they invented sliced bread. Because the sewing machine was invented in 1830. It was nearly 100 years later before they came up with sliced bread, which was invented in 1928.
So you can't even say like the best thing since sliced bread because it was before.
Sewing machines were before
best
sliced bread.
Since sewing machines.
I'll be honest with you. I'm a big fan of sliced bread, though. So
like
if I had to rate bread versus sewing machine,
I'm still sewing machine. Still.
You get me with food every time. So sorry, I can't eat a sandwich or eat a sewing machine.
Right.
Wouldn't be good.
If we had team sliced bread or team sewing machine, I would go sewing machine.
I'm definitely team sliced bread, for sure. Go sliced bread. Wow, that could be a fun one. All right.
All right.
With all that said, that's all I got. Make sure you come in today for those demos. Like I said, 11 to 1's when Debbie's going to be doing her serger demos. Victoria's going to be running demos on the Loris Iron from noon to 3. You don't need an appointment. Just come on in, have a look at what's going on. If you have interest in one of my floor models, either the Janomes or even the Handy Quilters, come on in and check us out. We got great pricing on these things. We have some cool demo prices happening.
Everybody's coming in with the Chillicothe.
Chillicothe, Missouri. I didn't want to dive down that rabbit hole, guys. I was at the end of my video, and I'm like, we're going to just, sliced bread was invented when, and then I was going to stop there, because I was going to go with the name of who did it and all that stuff. Anyway.
Out of time.
Sadie
We're
said
done.
Hashtag team bread.
Hashtag team bread. You got it. Actually, I really think that it's hashtag team sliced bread.
Right, because I love bread.
I love a good baguette every now and then,
Yeah.
but let's be honest. Just give me a loaf of money bread and let's go. Anyway. Come back and see us. It's been a good time. You been done?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Bye.
Bye.